Hi guys, my name is Alice and I'm from Russia, and today I'm going to tell you about pros and cons of living in Moscow, the capital of Russia, in comparison with other regions. So let's start. And we start with advantages. So the first one is that Moscow has the most developed public transport system. There are so many buses, underground, car sharing, taxis, suburban trains. So to your taste, you may take any means of transport and get to different destinations. Moreover, there are 16 night bus routes that run through the whole city. So even in the night when the underground is closed, you may take a bus, and some of them even go to the three main airports. So you may get to the airport in the night by bus. It is really convenient. The second thing is education. I mean that the best universities of Russia are located in Moscow. Why three? Because I have chosen them to my mind. And these universities are, of course, the Moscow State University, the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, and Moscow State International Institute of International Relations. So these universities are considered also by some people who do reviews and so on to be the best, one of the best in Russia. And of course it is quite difficult to be matriculated to them. You have to possess really high scores, but these universities really deserve, they worth having high scores. So that's it. Actually, the third advantage is that Moscow is the best cultural center in Russia for sure. Here are so many museums, art galleries, cinemas, theaters, nightclubs, so everything to your taste. So if you like this kind of leisure, you will have a choice, like in any case. The fourth thing is that in Moscow are the best career opportunities. So if you want to build up a career and you have high education and you are interested in this, it is really nice, a good place, because in Moscow there are so many Russian big companies, international companies, so that's it. And also here I would like to notice that in Moscow there are no problems with finding a job. So here you may find a job of any kind. Actually today, before making this video, I have surfed the internet and I have found 194,000 vacancies for today in Moscow, and they are of different kind. Of course, if we take such vacancies like in service sector, like waitress, cleaning lady, I don't know, bartender, receptionist, hostess, and so on. These people have average salary in Moscow about 630 US dollars. So this is the average salary for them. And what else I would like to notice? I would like two advantages, yeah? I mean, I think that, of course, it's up to you to decide, but if we compare Moscow with St. Petersburg, you know that St. Petersburg is the second biggest city in Russia, and to my mind, weather conditions in Moscow are much better rather than in St. Petersburg. Many people probably won't agree with me because they are so in love with St. Petersburg, but I also lived in St. Petersburg for 4 years, and actually I finished my high school in St. Petersburg, and I wasn't born in St. Petersburg, so I moved there when I was 14 years old, and I lived there till my 18 years old. And I was sick and tired of rain. So in St. Petersburg, it rains every day. It rains on a regular basis. And I think that if you were not born in St. Petersburg, probably you will never get accustomed to this weather. So for me, it was like a torture because I'm not a couch potato. I like active lifestyle. I like walking somewhere, discovering new places, like stroll around the city. And in St. Petersburg, for me, it was impossible because in that case, I needed to go everywhere with an umbrella. So it wasn't possible for me. So that's all, I think, for advantages of living in Moscow. And now we may go further and go to disadvantages of living in Moscow. So let's start. I think that it is not a secret, and it's quite obvious that in Moscow it is the most expensive costs both for renting and buying a flat. So what I mean, like imagine prices on renting one room flat on the suburbs of Moscow start with $600. So like some 2 minutes ago, I was telling you about average salaries in service sector, and I told you that the average salary is $630, and if you have such a salary, it is impossible for you to rent a flat in Moscow. So you may rent a room, you may live in a hostel, like with 7 other neighbors in a room, so like to save money, to keep money. So for such people, it is impossible to rent a flat, and it is, of course, a disadvantage. And what about buying a flat? Actually, prices on buying one-room flat on the suburbs of the city start with $115,000. So, and this price is like 3 times or even 4 times higher rather than in other regions of Russia. Now, I'm not talking about St. Petersburg, Sochi, Kaliningrad, and Kazan, because in these cities, real estate is also quite high. But in average Russia, so prices are like 4 times lower than in Moscow for one-room flat. So the second disadvantage is that it takes you so much time to get from one place to another. So for people who live in Moscow, it is okay when they spend 1.5 hours driving to work to one side. So imagine from your home to work, it takes you 1.5 hours, and from your work to home, it also takes you 1.5 hours, and it is 3 hours per day you spend like on your way to home and to work. So some people won't agree to this because it is so much time. And so it happens, of course, due to long distances. So like from northern suburbs of Moscow to the southern suburbs of Moscow, it takes you 1.5 hours. So it is like typically that you spend this amount of time to go somewhere. So all my acquaintances, all my friends, who live in Moscow, they drive to their universities, they drive to work, and it takes them 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So that's it. And the third disadvantage to my mind of living in Moscow, it is also, I think, connected with the second one, is that in Moscow there are enormous traffic jams, enormous, especially in the morning and in the evening. So for instance, if you drive a car and without rush hours, it takes you like 50 minutes to drive from your home to work. When you are sorry. When you are in a rush hour, it may take you 2 hours or even much more. So that's it for Moscow. So I think that's all for today about advantages and disadvantages of living in Moscow in comparison with other regions. So I think that you like this video, you enjoy my speech. So I'm happy that you write down me comments, that you ask me questions. I'm really happy to answer all of them. So you may leave them in comments and I will answer you. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.